You're listening to Mark of the Maker. Hey everybody, I'm Mark Steiner and you're listening to Mark of the Maker. This is episode 154 of the show, and we're going to recap some knife show stuff, some things that have happened recently. We had a couple guys go to some shows. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Let's get into it in a minute. We want to make sure we have everybody here. We have our usual full crew tonight. We have Mr. Tom Crine.
Hey, guys.
We have Mr. Sean Kendrick.
Hey, hey.
We have Mr. Michael Birch.
Hey-o.
And Michael and I are both a little froggy. Michael describes as. That's a very good description. So we both got a little wintertime funk going on.
Mm-hmm.
So apologies in advance for any of that grumbly, cruddy sounding voices. So we apologize for that, but let's take care of some business. Sean, you want to start us off?
Absolutely. I want to first off thank all of the folks who have gone over to Patreon and pledged us money every month. You guys help keep the lights on. You help keep us up to date with the equipment we need to make this thing happen, and we appreciate you immensely. And if you enjoy the show and you can head over and donate as much as you would like, every bit helps. We would certainly appreciate it. And to do it, it's easy peasy. You can go to markofthemaker.com and there's a quick link you can hit there, or you can go to patreon.com and just search for Mark of the Maker. We appreciate you guys and thank you very much. And if you want to help us out on the free, rate and review and all that other stuff, the show, help get us into the algorithm, get us in front of more people. Once again, we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for helping us do this thing.
Yeah, thank you all quite a bit.
Absolutely. And our patrons get special stuff. I'll talk about that after Michael does his thing.
Yeah. We also want to thank longtime supporters, Giant Mouse. Those guys are doing awesome stuff all the time. But the coolest of all is this dive watch and knife, the diving knife set. It's a Zodiac watch, which it's an OG style dive watch, but new with a dive knife that they put together. It's so very cool. Isaac over at Springfield EDC has one in that I've got to go over and check it out. They're great dudes, great designs. It's Giant Mouse. Go over there and support them. Yeah, it's just fantastic stuff. They're always thinking of new stuff, bringing out new stuff, and it's very cool to see.
Yeah, I saw his video that he got a set. That they didn't send very many to dealers. I think most of them went to Zodiac Direct.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I saw it at the show and I was very tempted. It looked really good.
They're excellent.
The price isn't bad
for
what you're getting. It's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. You'll like it when you see it in person, Michael.
Oh, I don't want to like it too much.
You're purposely avoiding Isaac at Springfield?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I was sorely tempted myself. Tom, you got our last one?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Arizona Custom Knives. If you haven't been on their website, you're missing out. I highly recommend it. They've got like a lot of knives on there. I usually exaggerate the number, but it's a lot.
How many?
Like 4 billion or something like that. I think I looked it up. That was actually not exaggerating. But yeah, one of the cool things is you can sign up. Like if you make an account and there's a maker that you like, you can sign up and get email notifications when they get new knives in. I get those often, and it's hard for the budget sometimes. One of the things that just popped up in the new stuff that I saw, I'm a really big Rod Chappelle, however you want to say that, fan, and they have a really cool skinning set that may not be there when this comes out.
Oh boy. It's one of those.
Yeah. But I mean, just check out, it's super easy. They've got a recently added section that right on the main page, just click at the bottom of that and be amazed. Great people. And, if you're a maker, it's a great way to get your knives in front of someone else. They get a percentage. That's how it works. it's not for nothing. So I highly recommend them on either side of the table. So check them out. Give them your business.
Were you just not going to mention the folding spear point?
I was just going to say that was the first thing I checked on. Was like,
what's that?
There's a Lum folder on there.
And pretty good price.
Yeah.
Not as good as the last one that was on there.
No, but still.
Yeah.
Dang, this is a tough call too. Dietmar Kressler Stag Drop Point Integral for $33.95 or a Loveless Drop Point with Stag for $42.50. Dang.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard decisions, and I don't have a Lum collection, so while I do admire them greatly, I can't realistically look at them to purchase.
Wow.
Well, I did try to.
Still can't.
I did try to trade my Walker for a Lum at the show, but I don't think they believed that I had a Walker. So.
Oh, really? Did you see this Skagel style Gil Hibben knife on there?
Yeah, it was really cool too.
That's
right?
real cool.
There's like an Abercrombie and Fitch Skagel, not real Skagel, but Skagel-ish set.
Yeah.
Some really cool stuff in here.
Wow, there is some cool stuff.
I saw a Morses shoot knife, I think, 3-piece handle.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff just flipping through here.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Arizona a little bit later in the episode. But yes, they got a lot of cool stuff. I can confirm. Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned we're going to talk about, ArizonaCustomKnives.com is their website. Use code MarkOfTheMaker ! To get free shipping on your order. If it doesn't work for any reason, send them an email and they will fix it. Because it seems to sometimes have a little glitch, but they will take care of it. They have each time that someone's brought it up. So Mark of the Maker ! Get you free shipping. Okay, I mentioned we're going to talk about some shows that happened recently. Tomas, our friend from South America, the southern part of America, Tomas, the famous knife maker, went to Blade, Texas. You like that show?
Did. Yeah, it's a fantastic show. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. The Fort Worth area is just pleasant. I wish you guys would come down. It's literally probably one of my favorite shows. And that, I think we're going to talk about Blade, Texas and the NOCKI show. And I think it'd be interesting to compare and contrast the two shows.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a one evening show versus a 2-day show, right? So, I mean, we can talk about that and pros and cons each way for makers and also customers, different kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So, but yeah, we went down, had a fantastic time. Sadly, Culpepper, Mother of Pearl wasn't there for a second year in a row. I guess they're going to not be doing this show. I don't know. I hate not seeing them there. I really enjoy picking stag and that type of material up in person. It's important. It's an important part of going to shows for me. I was actually looking at flights to possibly fly out there and actually go to their store and just pick stag because I'm pretty low. Basically, I'm not taking any orders right now with stag. I've got a little held back in case I want to do open bids or stuff like that, right? But yeah, fantastic show. Ben, a lot of things around the show that were different this year. Ben didn't go this year. He had a little girl just before the show, a couple weeks, and so he stayed home to help with that. So that's the first time I've done that show without Ben. My youngest son, Zach, went down with me, so we kind of hung out and had a good time. And Daniel and Trent also were there. Daniel Dunaway Knight works for me, also a maker. And Trent is a friend of ours from here that went down. So, yeah.
Nice. Dude road trip as usual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, and high five to Ben for doing real live dad work.
Right?
Being a good daddy. Good for him.
Yep. He's doing fantastic. And his little girl, his name is Thea, and she's doing beautifully. She's beautiful.
Wonderful.
Nice. And then on the way home, so we'll talk about the show, but on the way home, I went and picked up a new puppy. So we left from, we left from the show and drove west, like out in the middle of Kansas, up above the panhandle of Oklahoma, and picked up Ted, who's my new little bull terrier, and then drove back, and that was like a 14-hour trip me and Zach made.
Nice.
The next week was kind of fun because I had Jason Knight and Josh Cody in the shop doing a folder class. So yeah. Pretty busy time.
Super busy time. New grandpa, show, new dog.
Yeah, fantastic. We had a great time. So anyways, back to the show. I think it was bigger this year. Seemed like there was more people moving through. More people were saying that they were having a good show, it felt like. In fact, quite a few people were saying it's the best show they've had in a while. So that's exciting. Hopefully that's a good indicator for the economy and Blade Show coming up in Atlanta. But yeah, good to see people. And I personally enjoy 2-day shows and even 3-day shows because it gives me more time to spend with friends and customers and people that I don't normally get to see. And one of the things about a 1-day show is you only get one meal really to share with anyone. So we shared some good meals, had some good steaks. Yeah. Texas did all right on the food section this year. We went to Terry Black's barbecue, and that was pretty fantastic.
Nice.
But yeah.
I never had bad food in Texas. I had lots of really good food in Texas when I visited for work.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing place for food, especially the downtown Fort Worth. You can get quite a variety.
Yeah.
And all good.
It's extra good for carnivores.
Yeah, for sure. I think we did steaks the first night. We did like the Brazilian steakhouse, and then we did like Terry Black. So we had, I had meat overload by the time we were done, which is not bad. That's not a bad thing.
It is not a bad thing. So you think, Tom, did you think it was more heavily attended in the past and there were more makers there?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good traffic. Yeah. So yeah, we were pleasantly surprised because I didn't know. I never know what to expect for shows, especially the gloom and doom and all the bullshit you listen to and hear. So I was like, I wonder how it's going to be, but it was fantastic. People came out, they were excited. It felt like there was more excitement, and yeah, we just had a good time.
You wonder if Blade Texas is reaching the point where, I mean, okay, it's a show put on by Blade, so it's going to get some draw, right? For sure.
Right.
But it's also a thing that once shows have been around for a little while, they start to become like a thing on the calendar, right? Like, oh, yes, when's Blade Texas, right? Like it becomes a fixture, kind of like, I mean, not like Atlanta Blade Show, but the more established shows like the New York show and stuff like that.
I think a lot more people are coming to Texas than you think. I think it's kind of settled in as a really solid show. And I know there's some people coming to that show that aren't going to Atlanta or West, It may be the best show that I go to anyways. It's really nice. It's how Blade Show is like overwhelming?
Mm-hmm.
This is like Blade Show 20 years ago. It's a nice size. You can legitimately in 2 days see pretty much everything, talk to everyone, and have time to spend some time with people. So
yeah, that's cool.
I really enjoy this show. Probably the best.
Yeah.
Is there a fair amount of like purveyors, like for old stuff?
Yeah, our friend, what is it, Grasnia? She's there. But yeah, all the normal people are there. I don't think Blue Ridge was there. Tommy. I didn't see him. And there's not going to be quite as many as Blade Atlanta because it's just they're all there, sure. Right? But there's a decent number, and some pretty cool old stuff. Like I said, there was a Lum that I really wanted. It's the largest Lum Tanto folder that he ever made. Black Micarta. It was amazing. Also, price was amazing, but I would have traded my Walker for it, I think. Mostly because Ben's super into the Lum knives, and I like them too, but more so than the Walkers. So And let's be real, they're all going to be my kids someday. So why not get what they enjoy also?
That's very kind of you, Tom.
I mean, kind of realistic, right?
I don't
Hopefully
buy it. You
they
got a
like
name.
all the other stuff I get, but yeah.
Right.
What, Sean?
I said, I don't buy it. You got an angle.
Mm-hmm.
As Tommy, always working something.
No, yeah.
You're always looking
Yeah.
to get out of a jam.
Get out of a jam. That's right.
So, yeah, I picked up a few knives at the show. I was pleasantly surprised at what I came home with. I picked up a few James Helm pieces. I've been adding a few of his to my collection slowly. And I got like one of his bush swords and then a smaller, like 5-inch piece.
Awesome.
The bush sword I found, it's got like the cord wrapped handle, right? Here, let me send you guys a picture.
I was going to say, we're sitting here trying to visualize it.
Sorry.
Ted probably chewed up whatever you bought already.
No.
No.
He's actually doing pretty good. So
Is he?
Yeah. I mean, right now he's super toothy, but you know, I've always got like a chew in my pocket, you know, or something to try to keep my fingers intact.
He looks as mischievous as you'd expect him to be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's like a little bear cub.
Right.
But his teeth are sharper, I think.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, if you look right in the middle, that big parang looking thing.
Yep.
That's a really cool piece. But what I found, and I figured this out there, my back was like itching like crazy. And if you leave it in the sheath, that curve on that thing, the handle is rough enough, but not too rough. It works as like the best back scratcher around. You just reach back and it curves right with your back. It's perfect.
Wow.
I even keep it out in the office for that purpose.
There you go. If DeRay asks, that's the answer. Honey, that's my back scratcher.
Yeah.
Just be really careful when you grab the other end of it.
Right. Leave it in the sheath.
Yes.
That's the best plan.
Yep. Oh, I forgot about this one knife in here.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I highly recommend James Helm. His work is very good, highly regarded, and this makes 4 or 5 pieces I've got of his, so obviously I'm a fan. At Blade Show Atlanta last year, I saw a knife, and I really liked it, and I went back to find it, and I never could find the table again, which is frustrating. It happens, I think, a lot more than you would think at Blade Show Atlanta because it's just so big. But the knife maker's name is, Joe Willis, and it's Willis Forge. And in that picture I sent, it's the one above the parang. It's got the gray handle. So it's hard to tell, but that's a model that is his Recon, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, the Recon. And it's a pretty good sized knife. It's about 10 inches overall.
Yeah.
And that blade is what I would call a gut shovel. It's just super wide. I really liked his work, and he had a couple left on the table, and I picked that one up. I really, really like it. Super nice guy, clean work. I highly recommend his work too.
It looks like it's some pretty chonky stock.
It is. It's right here. It's like 1/4 inch.
Okay.
So but it feels good. I mean, it feels great in the hand. That fuller pulls a lot of weight out.
Yeah.
So it's what I would call like a drop point, I'm going to guess. It's got a little bit of a clip maybe, but it's got a lot of belly. It's about 1.5 inches deep and 1/4 inch stock. So you'd think it's heavy, but it's got a big fuller along the top and the swedge, and it's flat ground, and it pulls a lot of weight out. It feels pretty good in the hand, and I feel like I could do a lot of work with this knife.
Yeah.
The edge is really nice and thin too, so that's a bonus. So really nice work. Handle's very comfortable, no hot spots. So sheath works great. The sheath's a little bulkier than I like, but extremely functional. So
I'd almost call that like a modified Tanto or something. It's got that little kick in the edge.
Yeah. It's thick, and it's deep. It's a big blade.
Huh.
Excuse me. Let me talking quite a bit. Down at the bottom, something really cool. Matt Diskin gifted me a set of punches, gunsmithing punches.
Oh, nice.
And what's cool is they've got a center that moves, so you can like pull it back and put a roll pin in, set your roll pin in, and then tap it all the way smooth. Like the center part will punch the roll pin out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's
they're
awesome.
really cool. They're really, really nice. Really nice set. Thank you, Matt.
That's real cool. Is that something he's making?
No. So he's doing a lot of HK stuff now.
Okay.
So he's been to several of the classes, and this is one of the tools that I think they were using at one of the classes, and he picked me up a set.
Nice.
So yeah, really, really nice gift.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a good dude.
Mm-hmm. If you look at the very top, right up at the top.
That jar of salsa? Oh. Tommy got a big old x-ray.
Yeah. So this was a really neat piece. I've been wanting one of his bigger pieces. And this is one of his field grade ones. So it's thin and sharp, and I'm not going to be afraid to take it out and use it. So super excited about that.
Yeah, very cool. Great piece, man. Congrats.
Thanks. And mentioning the salsa, that is Enrique's wife made that. And
really?
It's all gone. It didn't last long.
Okay.
Yeah, she had, I don't know, 15, 20 jars of it. And I think it all went away pretty fast. It's excellent. So
for the kids that aren't in the Cool Kids Club and know who Enrique is, why don't you explain?
Enrique Pena is a fantastic slip joint maker and just knife maker all around. His work is fantastic, and he's from Laredo, Texas, and he knows a thing about hot sauce. So does his wife, apparently. So yeah, good people, and yeah, this stuff was well received.
Nice. They had it at the show?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's Carla's Hot Salsa.
Carla's Hot Salsa. I wonder how people can get it. I bet if they reach out to Enrique, they can get some info on how to buy some. Yeah. Nice.
A few root beers there at the top there.
I saw
which
that.
was pretty awesome. Those all got enjoyed once I got back home.
Dude, good root beer is a joy.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I love me some good root beer.
it's such an interesting like sub-market too. Like,
yeah.
Different areas have different stuff available. And yeah, these are things that are Texas type staples, I guess. And they were fantastic.
Awesome.
So appreciate that. I dropped off some stuff for Vero. Well, I didn't drop it off. I shipped it like just before. So I had done some regrinds on one of their fixed blades. And I picked up a few more of the Vero drivers, the bit drivers. I will say orange may not be the best color in the shop. If you're like a working shop, it gets dirty pretty fast.
Yeah. Picked up the grunge.
Yeah. But I mean, most people aren't like in a working shop. That little bit driver stand is the best thing for lube, like putting on it'll hold the 3 different weights of knife pivot lube and it fits perfect and it's weighted. So that's what I use that for on the bench because the drivers are just
strewn about, let's be honest.
Well, they're just wherever I stopped using one is where I put it down.
Yes. We talked about these before, but are they Cerakoted or are they 3D printed or what are they?
So these are aluminum that are Cerakoted.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I think for most people, you need to be careful. They're big enough around that they have enough torque that you can way over torque them. Like these little 256 screws, they only need like 7 or 8 pounds of torque, and most people are probably tripling that or more.
Reefing on them, yeah.
Yeah. So be careful with that, but other than that, they're fantastic. The last custom knife I got is probably the one I've used the most, and it's really awesome. It's a little chef knife, and it comes from the guy's name is Chris, and his website is elementalforge.us.
Oh, I've heard of that guy.
I looked at his knives before, and I've been wanting to upgrade my kitchen knives at the house like a lot.
Yeah.
And this was a little smaller than most of his other knives. It's about a 5-inch blade. And it's Damascus that he forged. It's got an African blackwood handle and a brass collar up front. extremely light knife. I think it's only 60 or 70,000 stock, and it cuts better than anything I've used in the kitchen. It's fantastic. I just put my personal knife that I made myself in the drawer. It's fantastic. I highly recommend his work. Pricing is really good. Like normally you get a 6-inch. I think he's using 80 CRV2 for about $500. This is really nice Damascus, but it was like he tries new models and demos stuff in his house, and then he marks them down. And I got that one for like $400.
Nice.
And that was a steal. It's beautiful. Carbon steel's really fun in the kitchen. Also carbon steel Damascus. But this knife, about halfway up, it's like blue iridescent, just the sheen on it from the patina.
Yeah.
You cut steaks once and you start developing that blue patina. And yeah, it's just a joy to use. It stays on the outside of the magnetic outside of the knife block and gets a lot of use. So I highly recommend it.
Nice.
His work.
Chris Lasacco. Yeah.
Says it rhymes like Christmas tree or something.
Rhymes with Christmas taco.
Oh, Christmas taco. That's it. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I remember him saying something like
Chris
that.
has a sense of humor. I like that.
Yeah.
There's a great looking 6.5-inch bunka on his website in really rad looking mosaic Damascus.
Oh yeah.
Super pretty knife. And I say he's got a good sense of humor. It says best at veggies and down push cutting, making your friends envious. Worst at rock chopping since the belly is quite flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But his 8-inch daily driver, it's like $500, and it's a workhorse, man. And it's got that same brass collar. It's just a beautiful knife.
Yeah.
And they are so thin.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm impressed.
All right.
Great work.
We'll have to check them out.
So yeah, if you need a new kitchen knife, check out Christmas Taco.
Something like that. Yeah.
Really good work though. Also, it shows I try to get something for the boys, right?
Yeah.
And like I'll get us all one. So I try not to get something too expensive. This year I did the CJRB double tap. It's kind of a crazy knife. It feels like, I don't know. It feels like a cold steel overbuilt, I don't know, really weird knife, but it's also got that gut shovel blade. It's super overbuilt and heavy, and it's just kind of funny, cartoony, but really well done. And it's only like $70. So yeah, we're all rocking one of those for a while.
Yeah,
just for fun.
I'm looking at your picture, which I'm sure Tom will share in the group once this posts. I'm quite sure.
Of course. In fact, I'll go put it there right now.
Yeah, right. It's in his Facebook group for sure, because I think I saw it there. But yeah, I was looking at that folder. It's Axis Lock, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like, looks like desert tan and orange.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, little Axis Lock folder. And then I'm like, oh shit, look at the size of that thing next to his kitchen knife.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
that thing's a monster.
It's so big, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really funny. I mean, it's kind of fun. For $70, it's D2 blade. I mean,
yeah,
it's well done. I mean, I'm not ever going to be upset at spending $70 on it.
Right.
I mean,
does it have like a little flute behind the choil?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I was going to say, what's that all about?
Maybe to pull some of the weight out. I don't know.
Maybe.
But if you look at it, the little thumb ramp at the top of the handle,
yeah,
that's hooked to the Axis Lock. So if you pull that back like a Demco shark type thing, it unlocks the Axis Lock.
Okay.
It's not the shark lock, but it's an Axis Lock with a ramp that pulls back. I mean, it's kind of cool.
But it's not a shark lock.
No.
Okay.
No, it's definitely an Axis Lock. I don't know if we can call it an Axis Lock. It's
right.
Whatever lock.
Whatever you can call it, that is an Axis Lock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I got it.
Yeah, that was pretty much the show. I picked up a couple sets of wood scales. I got some like yellow cedar and some pretty nice koa and ironwood.
Yeah.
Some stuff like that, some rosewood. And that was I got a really cool leather bag. My friend Trent that went, he also makes leather stuff. And so he had some of his leather gear there, and he hooked me up with a Horween leather cash bag. And it's huge. I need like one way smaller than this, but it's cool. Very cool.
That's the big leather thing underneath the knives.
Yeah. He's like very optimistic that I'm going to need that.
I was just going to say, yeah, right. Right.
Yeah, like, you could stick like $100,000 in there or more.
Yeah. Nice. This is Tom coming home from his AKI open bid.
Yeah. Nope. But yeah. So yeah, fantastic show. One of the things I like about this show, I get a lot of time to walk around and talk with people, and I talk to everyone, and it was fantastic. Luca was there. I got to talk to him for a while. Lucas Burnley, I can never say his name. Guy that does the fish handles, Joe Magni. I can't say his name.
Fish handle Joe. Yep. Nice.
Mangiaf, Mangiafico. Tell me how to say your name, Joe. He was there. Got to talk with him for quite a bit. He had some really cool stuff. And yeah, just fantastic time.
It seems like you always have a good time at that one, Tom.
I'm pretty easy. I have a good time at most of the shows I go to.
Yeah, let's be real. But yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I know
but this one is especially a favorite. If I could only go to one show, this would probably be it.
Nice.
So, yeah. What about NOCKI?
Sean's been real quiet because he's still trying to figure out your angle.
Mm-hmm.
On which?
He's ciphering on it. He's sorting it out.
Yeah, which angle, exactly. You reveal too much every time you speak, my friend.
How about that NOCKI show, he said.
I picked up a couple axes for the wall.
Did you really?
That happened after. So, yeah, Jason and Josh both gifted me axes.
Oh, nice.
So I got a really nice carving axe. I reached over and grabbed it. A really nice carving axe from one of Liam's axes from Jason. It's got the Babinga handle, which is a really sexy handle.
Yep.
And then Cody gifted me double-bitted tomahawk he made. So yeah, 2 more for the wall.
Nice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, you should have Liam come on the show with us. You should ask him.
I can ask Jason too. Jason would be probably
Jason would be
probably get some crazy stories with Jason.
Yes.
But yeah, both of them would be fantastic.
All right.
And
thanks.
Josh actually would be fantastic as a new maker up and coming.
Thanks for taking on that assignment, buddy. I'm writing it down right now. Tom in charge of recruiting future guests for these episodes. Got it.
I'm on it.
Thanks, man.
So, how was New Orleans?
New Orleans was way different. That's for sure.
Different than last time?
No, different than your experience. The shorter, that is one thing I do kind of miss. I do like going and getting back, especially with all the stuff the family's doing. But like, you're right about there's not enough time for dinners. And the one place you want to eat a shitload of food at is New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
So, God, I want like 4 days of eating. But this
Packed
one, my family couldn't go with me. There's too much stuff going on at home, and I was going to fly, but stuff was getting weird. So I ended up just renting a cheap car and taking a local guy, Tyler Denny, with me. The wife didn't want me. Yeah, didn't want me driving back. Tired as hell on my own. It's 10 hours or something. So recruited him to go, and it was a good trip. It went pretty fast. We got there. We immediately went someplace to eat. The show was really cool this year. They moved it it was on a boat, but they moved it to this World War II museum.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh my God, it was amazing. So
it looked cool.
Yeah, I hadn't been to this museum before, and I really, really want to bring the family and go check it out next year. But just like you're in this open area with these bomber planes above you, the ambiance could not be cooler. I don't know if there a spot could beat that as far as and it's kind of weird because what did they do about knives in this museum? They just we all walked through the metal detector and they just didn't seem to give a shit about anything. So I'm not quite sure how they pulled that off, but I I was, supposed to be setting stuff up, and I'm just looking around at all the stuff, a tank in the corner, they had a targeting system, the very mechanical, awesome, gyroscopic mechanical, targeting thing. And you're just like, oh, check that out, look at it. And they're like, oh shit, I got to go set up. And the show itself was good, but like it was pretty stacked. Like all the makers brought some good stuff.
Yeah.
So it was almost like it had to be an embarrassment of riches for like the collectors and stuff. And I think people were legitimately running out of money, which is kind of the only, bad part about kind of a closed, ecosystem type of show. But that's not a bad problem to have, I don't think. But I think people enjoyed the show. I think it was a fun time for most people. But yeah, then went back and like I said, mine was fast and loose. My son had a soccer game. I was like, okay, if I get up at 3, hit the road, blah, blah, and so I made it like 2 minutes to go coach his soccer game.
That's awesome.
So it was really fast. Food was good, show was good. It's just kind of a blur, but the problem was I was kind of sick before, felt better. I was like, okay, this, I'm feeling better. This is fine. And then I just got monstrously sick. I don't know what I picked up down there, but it's been kicking my ass for like 3 weeks or whatever. And been finally feeling better, like probably last 4 days or something.
Yeah.
So it has clung on like a true ass kicking, whatever, antibiotics, steroids, all the fun stuff. But
one thing when the shows are shorter and, like you had to get home for stuff, it feels like the ratio for travel is way off. It just kind of sucks. There's no rest.
No, I feel like I've been doing like TKI or invitationals and stuff for a bit, and that's very true. It's like, especially like the California ones would get me because it's like that travel there is so laborious and long, and like, oh, I've got 5 miles from my hotel to this airport, and you're like, rationally, that's not far. And then it takes an hour and a half. You're just like, oh my God, just it can be so tiresome. And so whatever, it really, and that stress, after you're done, because some of the stuff I've been working on probably a year and a half, as far as like starting to plan out like the mosaic stuff for the handles of one of my pieces and the Damascus and stuff. So it has been a long haul of getting these pieces done and ready. And, once they go, you have all this kind of like stress that just leaves you. And then you got to kind of get back and, it's Science Olympiad season. We had to start right back on testing again and getting the kids ready for that. So no rest for Dad, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Why don't you, so I just sent the guys the video from your group showing the knives you took there. So you took 6 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you talk a little bit about each of them, just so people know, in case they're not your group or whatever. There's some complex pieces in here, man.
Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I keep telling myself I'll add a little more complexity, but I'll step it back for normal pieces. But the problem is, once I do something a little more complex, I can't step it back anymore. I'm like, that's the new standard, which is not a great way to do stuff. One of the pieces I was really excited about was my first feather Damascus, which, for a lot of the bladesmiths and stuff out there, that's kind of old hat. I mean, Don Fogg, you all know he's one of my heroes, knife making heroes. I think he's the first one to do that. I'm not 100% sure, but if I'm wrong, someone correct me. But so I really always want to do a feather Damascus, and it's so intriguing me because you're taking all this stacking, restacking, and then basically splitting it with a dull chisel down the middle and smearing the metal, and then welding those together to get that kind of funky flow to it. So one of my pieces had my first, feather Damascus, and I paired that with some of the knife supply stuff, the WW2 Texelite rag micarta, which was really, really cool. And then I had to do a star. I haven't done a star in years. I think probably 10 years or something.
I was going to say, it's been quite a while.
Yeah. So I had to get out the old Westinghouse, Papa Star, and some micarta. And I had the very old school Stellite core. I had one piece and it said, "Don't effing touch it, Mark." That's how long it's been sitting around. Because I had wrote that on there before you came to visit.
Yeah, right.
So
That's funny.
And I was kind of worried it wouldn't, because it was kind of thin, but I made it work. I was pretty excited about that piece just because it was just kind of a throwback. And having that
Totally.
at that museum made me pretty excited. And of course, the zirconium, and you gotta do it old school. There's a certain pattern, certain color scheme.
Yep.
But I've ramped it up with the homemade screws and all that crap these days. Had a new model that I've done a couple of them, a Higgs, kind of a companion to the Boson for you science nerds, with kind of a funky inlay. I did a real funky Dromos with the mother pearl, black lip and white lip, and kind of contrasting. I don't know what we kind of call that pattern. It's almost like a drip and a mechanical type drip.
Yeah.
And then I had another piece that I did full mosaic Damascus for, probably my first like all me mosaic Damascus. And then I did a mosaic black lip and white mother pearl, and then homemade screws, and also started doing some matching inlaid pivots, not just round. Now they have that kind of the kind of similar shape to how I do my pivots. It's the thumb studs now. So I just kind of ramped everything up a bit.
Yeah. That mosaic piece is really cool because, like you said, I like the thumb stud inlay is real cool. And then I don't know what to even call that pattern that's in the mosaic and the handle, the pearl mosaic. It's like, I call it the bike chain or something because that's what it reminds me of, is bicycle chain links or little dog bones or something.
Yeah, but it's really hard to find something that Esposito hasn't done. So you got to kind of look and be like,
Yeah.
Has he done this? Oh, shit, he's done that. He's done it really well. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. You want to stay away from anything he's doing. And it takes a bit of looking. Yeah, sure. Oh, I don't think anyone's done this before. But any of that tessellation stuff I dig. Like Richard Rogers does a lot of like pattern stuff, tessellation stuff. I dig a lot. I don't know. So I was pretty happy with the haul on this one. And I think folks were excited. Like people talk about how we made the Damascus and blah, blah, which I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. That had a pearl floating spacer.
Yes.
That's pretty cool too. And
and then
there's these are insets, right? At least a couple of them.
Which ones?
So,
yeah.
Inset locks. Yeah.
Yeah. The Higgs, that Dromos, the Boson. I've kind of really moved to the insets because it's such a clean look.
Right.
And I can do all the fun shit I want on the outside.
Yeah.
But space gets real fucking thin, especially like on that Dromos with a 1.6 or 158 handle.
Yeah.
My inset has to have a certain amount of space.
Right.
The titanium inlay, which is basically has a titanium bottom, has to have a certain amount of space, and it all starts getting pretty tight.
Yeah.
But you never know if it's going to work, but if it does, you're like, hell yeah.
Nice.
If it doesn't, you say, well, fuck it. Start again.
And you had the Starco piece there too?
Oh, yeah. I was excited about that one, which is interesting because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've been wanting to do a maze pattern in mother of pearl for such a long time. I didn't really have anything good to do it on as far as knives. So we talked about doing something, and that was such a pain in the ass because in my head, I had to have the black lip be the wall of the maze, and I wanted to be able to enter it and exit on both sides of it. So the black lip's a pain in the ass because, as you guys know, it's black for a little bit, and then it turns white on the bottom, unless you get some really rad, awesome, all the way through black lip. So I kind of found out on those that the 1/32 will actually end mill that I was using, 1/32, 1/64s. It was actually flexing even in the mother of pearl and only the 50,000th that I was doing. And it would flex the opposite way, cutting the other piece.
Oh.
So when you think an inlay is going to fit by just cutting one side exactly like the other, it's actually curved the opposite way. So you're like, I did a test piece. I was like, man, I keep having to make this a lot bigger than I think it was. And then it's kind of like, it fits, but it just didn't feel right. Flipped it and I was like, it's loose as shit. So you have to match the curves and your black lip. So it was a fun little learning curve. Ruined a bit of mother pearl for that one, but
yeah, I wouldn't have expected that in pearl.
I was not at all. Especially usually your little tiny carbide, if it doesn't like something, just snaps.
Yeah, carbide does the weirdest shit sometimes.
It really does. But it definitely created these tiny. I mean, but I'm also working with some tiny numbers to make it fit. It's pretty minuscule, but you got both sides doing it in opposite directions. Those stack up pretty fast to a fit that I'm just not happy with.
Yeah.
So
turned out cool.
Yeah, I mean, the end it looked cool. I was like, hell yeah. It's fucking, and a big collector that enjoys, he gets a bunch of them. He won it. So I was pretty excited about that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do love in the video how your hands look all beat to hell. So we know that you actually did make them.
I always hate doing my things. And I had one where my middle finger was just bloody or something. I don't know what had happened to it. So I'm trying to hide it behind something. I'm like, don't look at.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you're working with your hands. I mean, people don't understand, but we kind of beat the hell out of them.
They are not pretty fingers, that's for sure. Never have been.
I was flattening something on the disc the other day, and I don't know what happened. The next thing I know, all 4 of my fingers were just like shoving into a fresh 60 grit disc.
Ooh. Yeah, I get the seepers when I'm flattening like 80 thousandths liner lock or inset lock stuff, where you kind of, your finger pads are almost touching like a 220. So it's taking the very tip of it very off. Like, and then Cena's got this kind of weeping fingers, and you're like, cool, this is fun.
Yep.
Sounds like it was a good show. Well, cool. Is that going to be a venue he's going to try to run in for a little while?
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'll see. Probably depends on, whether he can, dates and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I dug the change, and the boat was neat and all, but I also don't even realize we're leaving or have left a dock or any of that stuff.
Do you think that if it stays there, people will try to make builds that are inspired by the surroundings?
I would assume so. I know like Brian Brown made like an Air Force one.
Nice.
Like an F-16, which was pretty cool, It's just, I think so. It's hard not to.
Yeah, I mean, that is clearly inspiring. I mean,
oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that venue.
That'd actually be a cool thing for him to suggest if he's going to be there next year to the makers, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, try to bring a piece that somehow ties in.
Yeah, a themed piece.
But then it makes me want to just make a nasty trench knife or something. Like nothing arty, just something nasty.
Yeah. Huh? I don't know. That seems cool too, but
funky ass theater knife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love that idea. I would be really interested because I think it would be like some of our picks episodes where I expect some people would kind of run from the expected idea. You know what I mean? I think you can get some pretty creative stuff showing up.
Yeah. Now I just need some of my friends to show up. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, my friends will show up.
Would be pretty nice to see my friends.
A kick at rocks.
But everyone's going down to Florida, hanging out.
Florida. Yeah. Yeah.
Florida, you say?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking of Florida,
Tom just got back from Florida too. Everybody's been in Florida. Birch loves Florida. I was never a Florida guy, but
I got to share a little story. I did just get back from Florida, and I posted in our little podcast group. I was like, hey, I brought a vintage knife to Florida. What do you think it is? And damn if Birch didn't guess on the first guess. It was a wild take also. I took a vintage Gerber rescue dive knife, and yeah, first guess, boom. I was just like, well, that was fun.
Yeah, we've been doing this too long.
Yeah. The guessing game wasn't much of a game. It was like insta over.
It was wild. I was like, damn, that was a good guess. I didn't even know I was going to bring this. Pretty fun. Mark, you've had some adventures in Florida recently.
I did. We had a nice time. I'm not historically a Florida guy, but Amy retired here in Feb 20, so high five, Amy. She's now, she's a retiree, which is weird to say out loud, but so she retired from her job 30-some years, 34 years or something crazy. And
Congrats.
Yeah.
So
it was nice for her because it's like she had told me she wanted to go somewhere and that I was supposed to figure it out. And so we kind of figured it out a little later than we intended. And we ended up in Florida. We had a lovely time. It was a really good way. We left like 8 days after she retired. So she spent her first 8 retired days like running a zillion errands. And I warned her, hey, you're going to get all your shit done and then you're going to go bonkers. But thankfully, we piled it in the car and drove to Florida. And yeah, so it was we were there for a month. The whole month of March we were there. So it was a nice way for her to disconnect from work things, right? There was no reason to think about anything related to work because it was kind of almost like being on vacation for a month for her. I worked remote from there. But yeah, we had a great time. She started playing golf a couple years ago. And so she wanted to play a lot of golf. So we played more than half the days we were there. Pretty much every other day, if not more.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So we had a fun time. Good enough time that she's sending me house listings right now while we're recording. So anyway, yeah, we went to Florida and I thought, there's some stuff that I should go do while I'm in Florida. And so I took 2 field trips, not to see Mickey Mouse. Maybe the opposite of seeing Mickey Mouse. So I went to, should I say where I went? I think I should, right?
Yeah.
People will know.
Sure.
So the nice folks from Arizona Custom Knives who sponsor the show, we know them, right? They're friends of ours. And so they very graciously said they would host me for a visit. So I went over and spent a good portion of a day at Arizona and looked at it.
Which is in Florida.
It's over on the East Coast, over toward Jacksonville. Absolutely stunning bunch of knives I had a chance to check out. And so I recorded some live stuff while I was there. We picked up some new recording equipment, the same stuff that I used with Jim Worth. And I took some of that stuff with me and I recorded with some guys from Arizona. We talked knives, we talked business, we talked purveyor world and what it's like and kind of maybe some of the stuff they do and some of the history of Arizona Custom Knives. And it was a really, really fun time. I really enjoyed it. And they were super, super gracious hosts. So that's in an upcoming episode. I'm not sure when, but sometime in the next few episodes, you'll hear that trip to Arizona Custom Knives.
Oh, yeah. And I can't imagine it being anything but gracious because those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Julie, her whole crew, they're fantastic.
Yeah. It was real nice. And yeah, I'll explain it in the episode, but they have like 17,000 knives in stock. So
14 billion.
So I was just fascinated by so how do you guys deal with that, right? Like, how do you catalog, keep track of, store?
Logistically.
Yeah, it was fascinating. So I got to see a bunch of that stuff, which was really cool, and I talk about that on the show. So anyway, it was a good recording, a really good visit, and we had a really nice time, and they said we could come back anytime, so maybe sometime next year we should all go. That'd be really cool.
Ooh, we'll go to your house down there?
Yeah,
right. Damn it.
That'd be awesome.
Damn it. Yeah, maybe. Amy's got to come up with some cash if she wants to do that. So we got to figure that part out.
Load the golf cart up with some beers and head that way.
Right. That's the best part about a golf cart. There's 4 cup holders, 2 seats, and you can hold at least one while you drive.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 1 plus 2 spares.
Nice.
All on board. It's a very, very good way to roll. So that was one field trip I took that while I was there. And the other one really broke Tommy's heart.
Oof.
I went over and got together with Jason Randall at the Randall Made Knives shop and in specific, the museum, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom's weeping gently.
I literally got approval from She Who Must Be Obeyed, my lovely wife, in case you didn't know, to fly down for the day and fly back home. But the days, he went while I was at Blade, Texas, so that didn't work. It's probably better that I didn't, but yeah.
It was super cool. And the interview was really interesting. Jason is a fantastic guy to chat with. He's a listener of the show, which was really, really cool. And I got to see some crazy history, not just Randall knives. And I'll explain more when we get to that episode. But it was incredibly cool. And the folks there are awesome.
I'm extremely envious.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of revel in when Tom has a little bit of pain, but this one actually kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, oh, this one actually is hurting him.
Yeah. That one was rough.
He was sad.
I got no joy from that.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a really cool visit. I got I think a pretty nice recording. I got to still do the edit on that one, though. So that one's a few episodes out, a little ways out. But yeah, a pilgrimage to Randall Made Knives. So
and it's so wild they gave you that rare free Randall vintage axe just for coming.
Tom's out there locking up.
I would have loved to have gone. What a fantastic trip. I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
Both of them. Just that's knife heaven, both of those. It'd be kind of hard. I'd be hard pressed to kind of pick.
If you could only pick one, yeah.
Well, I would pick Randall, and I'll tell you why. Just the history, and also most of the stuff in Arizona I can go online and look at. I can't handle it. That's true.
Yeah, it's the handle in person, the variety versus history, which is, I don't know.
Well, I think I don't think you got to handle much at Randall maybe, but just it'd be tough, but.
Yeah. The stuff though, the stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Yeah. You'll hear it in my voice in the interview. It's like
his office or den being exactly how he left it.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yes. Yeah. I left that. Before I went to the museum, we talked about it when we did the Randall episode years ago. I came away from that Randall episode and doing the research convinced that Bo Randall would have been one wildly fascinating cat to chat with. And after going to the museum, which is in Bo Randall's house,
blew your mind.
Yeah, it would have been absolutely a trip to be able to talk with him. Dizzying, absolutely dizzying. So anyway, good times there. Just a little teaser for a couple of upcoming episodes, and some fun experiences I had in Florida. They both said they would be happy to have us back. So next time I'm down that way, I have a couple ideas about some other stuff we could do at Randall, which would be really, really interesting. So
let's when you get your house, we'll go to Randall, we'll go to Arizona, and then we'll go to Miami and hunt iguanas with air guns.
Oh, dude.
Maybe do a little peacock bass fishing.
Oh, I want to do that pretty badly.
Maybe hunt some pythons.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like the perfect trip ever.
I really, really, really wanted to go do the iguana hunt thing. I did not. I didn't bring stuff with me, but I really wanted to.
I saw a couple on the island where we were, and I grabbed one by the tail.
Yeah.
It flipped its mind.
I bet. Yeah. So for people that aren't familiar, they have a nasty invasive iguana. Like there's a invasive species of iguana that are actually a problem in Florida.
All the iguanas are invasive.
Yeah. So.
But like when it freezes and they just drop from the trees, that was wild. Makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Python Cowboy does guided hunts, and I want to do that so bad.
Yeah. I think it's like in farm country, there are people that actually have a business coming to get rid of the iguanas for you. Like people will pay you to go come shoot iguanas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sign me up for that. Maybe that's my retirement business.
Dude, right. You got the gear.
Yeah.
And nutrias.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Any of it. Let's go. Okay. Well, we got to plan it so Tommy doesn't have a scheduling problem, and we'll make something happen. I got a feeling we'll be back next year. Even if we don't buy a house, we'll probably rent something again because we had a really nice time. So
that's good.
Okay. I think that's it. You guys got anything else you wanted to talk about? Sean, you got anything you want to bring up?
Dude, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Whatever. I saw you making some badass fixed blades.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, that's just some fixed blade stuff. That's no big deal, right?
Just making some badass shit over here. That's nothing.
No big deal. You know that I did have a knife in .2903V that I'm seriously regretting starting.
Dude, that is thick.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I saw you making some fixed blades. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
293V.
Predator.
If I had my phone in front of me, I would show you the one I'm talking about. Like the big one I was working on, I had to scrap it.
Yeah.
And I restarted, and I was like, well, if I'm going to do one, I'll just go ahead and cut out two. And I had that 1/4-inch plate, and I was like, well, I'll do a Hessian.
Nice.
And dude, it had been a long time since I'd fucked with any 1/4-inch steel. And this shit was oversized anyway.
Like, yeah, 1/4-inch oversized is no joke.
Yeah, dude, raw plate, as rolled, it was 295.5.
Yikes.
295.5.
Glutton for punishment.
Dude, I actually got it's heat treated. I got it surface ground down today, at least initial surface grinding. And it's still at like 283.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's going to be a lot of grinded.
You're all ceramic abrasive on your surface grinder, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The stones, dude, the one I use does not like 3V. It is
smears it.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. Then
it's weird.
I'm just like, fuck you, 3V, man.
And it loads up your stone too.
Uh-huh. So you got to clean it like all the time.
Yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
Well, Sean, I would say don't go above like 220 grit when you're grinding that thing because it won't be fun.
Oh, no, God, no.
Belt finish, and it's going to look badass.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's how I roll.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
We'll see. I've already had one go off the cliff, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was a good recap, fellas. Yeah. Always a pleasure. We haven't talked in a while. We had an interview in there, and then there's been a lot of stuff going on. So congratulations again, Tom, on your new granddaughter. She's an absolute beautiful little girl.
Yep, she is. Proud of her.
Yeah.
And her grandsons.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks again to our friends on Patreon for all of your support. We got I meant to mention this, I think, and I didn't say it earlier. So the guys from Giant Mouse sent me a bunch of knives.
Ooh.
So we're actually overdue at this point officially for first quarter giveaway. So I got to get 2 of them gone here shortly. And then we'll do a second quarter giveaway not that far after. And for those who don't know, the people on our Patreon, there's a lot less people on our Patreon than enter in the giveaway in the Facebook group. We have 2. We give away 1 in each spot. And oftentimes Patreon gets their pick of the litter. And they don't even have to enter. If you're in our Patreon as a paid supporter, you just get entered without even having to enter. We just assume you want a knife. And then we draw some names and we give some stuff away. So huge high five.
There's a Renegade.
Oh, that's right. Birch is looking shifty-eyed either direction right about now. Somebody's got a Renegade in motion that'll end up as a giveaway. So our Patreon folks will definitely get a knife, and somebody from our Facebook group will get a knife as well. So a huge high five to the guys from Giant Mouse. Thanks for sending them over for us. And thanks to Arizona Custom Knives, both for hosting me and for supporting the show. They've been with us a long, long time, and they just re-upped when I was there. So it was fantastic.
Nice.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we will talk to you next time.
Thanks, all.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, folks. Take care.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine in his Facebook group, Crine Knives, or on Instagram @Crine Knives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram @BirchtreeBlades. For my own projects, I'm on the web at raygundivision.com, or check my personal Instagram @msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or discussion about the show itself, you can always find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram @markofthemaker. Last but not least, credit for the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show. This is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. And as always, thanks for listening.